I want you to actually watch this clip for a second. Not the captions, not the tweet framing, just the footage.
Please get me up. My arm.
Push yourself up. I know you can stand up.
He's got to be faking, right?
I can't get
What you're seeing is a College Park, Georgia police officer arresting a man who's clearly wheelchair bound, struggling to maintain balance and being treated like he's faking it. And the reason he's there? He's accused of committing a crime that allegedly ended with him running away on foot. That's not commentary, that's literally the accusation. This video isn't about vibes or assumptions, it's about what the footage shows, what the paperwork later confirmed, and how none of this should have gotten as far as it did. According to a report tied to the arrest, Charles Reed was accused of kicking in the door, assaulting someone, and then fleeing on foot. Now pause for a second, because as you're watching this clip, you can clearly see he's arriving in a wheelchair. He repeatedly explains his physical limitations. In the moment he's restrained, his body immediately collapses forward. This isn't subtle, this isn't ambiguous, this is a man whose mobility issues are obvious on camera. And yet instead of that contradiction stopping everything right there, the process continues. One of the most important details here is where this happens. This isn't a chaotic street arrest, this happens inside the police department. In the clip, you see him being handcuffed, warning officers that he could fall, and then falling out of his wheelchair almost immediately. At that point, the question shouldn't be, is he exaggerating? The question should be, how did we get here at all? Because the original accusation says he ran and the person in front of you can't stand without collapsing, the arrest itself becomes a mistake. And what makes it worse is hearing officers suggest that it could be a ruse, as if the physical reality in front of them is less believable than the report they're holding. Here's where the paper trail catches up to the video. In April 2025, the Fulton County District Attorney's office dropped all charges, stating plainly that Charles Reed could not have been at that location at that date and time of the alleged incident. That's not insufficient evidence, that's not we couldn't prove it, that's this should not have happened. Months later, the arresting officer resigned in lieu of the termination after an internal investigation. Quietly. No press tour, no apology to the man whose life got turned upside down. This is not a both sides story, because the information officers had included a man in a wheelchair, a physical collapse on camera, and an allegation that defied basic human mechanics. At some point, common sense is a job. And when reality and the report don't match, you don't punish reality. The most unsettling part of this clip isn't the fall, it's the confidence in which the doubt is placed on the disabled person instead of the accusation. Because if this can be treated as suspicious behavior, then disability itself becomes something you have to prove under pressure. And that should scare people more than the viral headline. The charges were dropped, the officer resigned, but none of that gives this man his dignity back. And if the system only admits fault after the damage is done, then the accountability is already too late.